If you've got a moment, give us a phone call. Because until you've used the very best, you don't realize that ironing can actually be enjoyable. So often we'll buy that cheap $20, $30, $40 iron that spits, leaks, drips, and makes more work of ironing than needs to be the case. The ProMaster is Rowenta's top of the line. It's an 1800-watt steam iron. It has its own material for its sole plate called Platinium. There are 400 micro steam holes as opposed to about 20 that we see with the competition. And today is the very last day that we can make it available at a featured price of $93.12. How are you, busy mom?
I'm good. How are you today?
Doing well. This is Diana Irvine. You and I don't mind ironing. Some people hate it. For some people, it's the worst chore they have to do. I actually find it a little relaxing, but I'm a tool guy. I like working with really good quality engineering, and this is your best.
And why do you like that?
Because the job goes by quicker.
Yes.
It feels better in your hand. Quality just gets a job done.
Exactly.
Yeah, you read my mind.
Exactly. And that's what's so neat about this. This is actually a unique iron. You don't see this very much on air. This is our ProMaster. If you look at it, you see it's like a shiny mirror to it. That's called our full metal heat shield. That's what really defines or makes the Pro Series, our professional series, stand out. The difference between this and other irons is that this is the Pro Series with 1800 watts of power, which is the most that you can have by law in the U.S. in an iron. What that matters in the scheme of things for you is that it's going to cut your ironing time in half.
Yep.
It's going to be able to burst that steam continuously because it's all about the steam in order to get the wrinkles out so that your job gets done faster and better.
Most irons work on a principle of heat and pressing, which is exactly how your grandmother used to get wrinkles out of things.
Right.
With a cast iron. Nowadays, the folks at Rowenta, and this is German engineering and German built, they understand it's about steam.
Yes.
Steam is what permeates the fibers and allows them to relax, loosens them up.
You got it.
There's 400 micro steam holes on this sole plate.
Yes, and that's really unique. As you mentioned, most irons, cheapy kind of irons out there that you're used to. In fact, I often say to people, why don't you like ironing? And they're like, oh, because it takes too much time, it leaks, it spits, I never get great results. Well, here's the difference in Rowenta. Here's 400 micro steam holes on that Platinium Soleplate that Dan was talking about. It's a special scratch resistant, better glide sole plate. So if you're used to this, if you own this at home, this is probably why you don't like to iron, because if you paid 20, 30, 40 bucks for this iron, it has no holes, it's not very big, it doesn't have the steam chamber, and inside is the technology that makes the biggest difference. This is the steam chamber of a Brand X iron. Only place that water can go.
This is a sole plate. Hold that up. I want them to see that. The difference is you can't possibly get enough steam to permeate thicker fabrics of this time of year, such as your thick cottons,
and
your twills,
and
your
twills.
wools. There's the steam chamber on a Pro iron, and it does make a difference. It makes a substantial enough difference that you can see the results. You now also have enough steam that you can vertically steam.
Yes.
And it makes a difference.
And it does, you know, every home needs an iron. If you've never had a good iron, you probably don't know why you need one. Why you need one is because your time is valuable. You want something that's fully featured, that makes the job easy. This has so much built into it. 1800 watts of power is the most allowed by law. That allows it to really have the powerful steam. The precision tip. Notice the holes went all the way to the tip, so when you're going around the buttons, the cuffs, the collars, the waistbands, the ruffles, it has three-way auto shutoff. That's a safety feature. If, let's say, the phone rang, you walked off, this shuts off after 8 minutes. If it falls over or on its side, 30 seconds. So you also have the safety features built in. But one of the things I love about this is you're buying a great iron, but you're also getting a great vertical steamer. So if you're like me and you don't have a lot of time to get the board out all the time, you can vertically steam your garments, not only saving you time, but if you tend to be one of those people that spends money on a dry cleaner, your iron is going to be paid for in no time because you're not wasting the time or money going there when you can do it with your vertical steamer.
We've had over 35,000 people who have purchased this since it was first made available directly from Germany. That price of $93.12 goes away at the end of our day. That price is a featured price. A lot of retailers wait until something has kind of lived out its life cycle, then we'll clearance sale prices, and we'll find clearance sale prices on some items. What we were able to do with Rowenta is to drop the price right away. This is one of our most popular items. It puts us in a position to be able to get a job done that either you dislike or don't exactly love, and get it done quicker with better results.
Yes. And you know, why not have the tool that's going to make it happen? Go ahead. Yeah.
I do all my own ironing. My wife and I have a rule. My wife hates to iron. It's not a matter of it's a little bit of dislike. It is she hates to iron. Well, I don't like to dust because that's what I had to do when I was a child. So I do all of the ironing. She does all of the dusting, and you know what? It works out perfectly.
Yes.
But I can iron a dress shirt now in under
seconds.
2 minutes.
Yeah. My son was about to go to a party last week, and he came down with his black collared shirt like this on, and it was all wrinkled. And I looked at him, I'm thinking, are you really walking out of the house
I'm
like
the
that?
Rowenta lady
Yeah,
on
that's
TV.
pretty terrible. But it only takes a minute to iron your clothes when you have a tool like this. It heats up in 30 seconds. You're using regular tap water. This is linen, by the way.
Okay.
This is so thick and heavy, but still it's one pass ironing. You know, if you want to be able to get the job done quickly, but also like a professional did it, that's what Rowenta brings to the table. 100 years in the business of giving you the best quality.
I always forget colors. I'm sorry. We've got two. We've got a cranberry, and then we also have a blue. The blue is by far the most limited. Cranberry has been the most popular. It's under $100. Now, I know there's going to be some of you that go, $100 for an iron? I can still find an iron for 20 bucks at a discount house, and you can. And it'll make you nuts every time you use it.
It won't do this. It won't give you that professional result. It won't continuously steam. You know, you're not going to pay that for an 1800-watt iron. And the brand Rowenta, we are experts in steamers and garment care. So what you're getting is top of the line here. You're getting the ability to save yourself time, but also to get the result that a professional would give you if you had them doing it.
You're not pressing. You're not having to saw back and forth. Even if we get into heavier materials like chinos, cargo pants, things of that nature, you have enough power of that steam to be able to permeate the fibers, and that's what loosens those wrinkles up.
And notice how I'm using the tip here, Dan. So these are pleats. If you think, oh, I wouldn't even know the first thing about doing pleats, guess what? You're just using the tip of the iron. You don't need to be an expert. This is your expert tool. It's called Guide It Along, and the wrinkles are gone.
Part of it is the thermostat. This is a German device. The Germans make great engineering products. The entire sole plate is a consistent heat from tip to bottom.
That's right.
And it makes a difference. If you've ever dealt with irons that spit water, they stain, they streak, they leak, all of that is alleviated when you get the top of the line. That's exactly what we've got here. This isn't just their Pro series, this is their Pro Master series.
That's right.
The US has a limitation on how many watts a steam iron can hold, and this is the top of the line. It doesn't get any better than this. That's the precision tip up close. That's kind of nice. I like that.
I love that. This is really
nice
like the
cord.
top dog when it comes to Rowenta irons. It's the professional series. We rarely get to put this on air. It's not very often. But what I love about it is that if you want the best of the best, this is like best in class when it comes to the Rowenta iron.
And you've got the best price that we can make it at. The price goes away at the end of the day. We also have it on Easy Pay. So you have 6 months to pay for it. It breaks down to $15.52.
Yeah.
This is the time of year. Now, Kirsten's coming up in just a minute. She's got an incredible show on health and fitness. And a lot of us have New Year's resolutions of, okay, I got to quit doing this. I feel guilty about that. I have to stop doing that, and that was kind of fun. How about just a New Year's resolution of working smarter instead of harder?
Yeah, why not have your clothes last longer? Why not save money by doing it yourself? Because this is not a throwaway iron. This is not something that in 6 months or a year you should be throwing away. You should have this for years. Most of our callers that call and say they've had them for a decade or more because they're built to last and they're built to give you that professional result with one pass.
And there's something nice about having the perfect crease.
I know, it's so nice, isn't it?
When you have a hairline like mine, you got to have a perfect crease. Thank you.
You're the best.
You're the best. We're coming to an end. It is almost 2 p.m. I want to remind you of a few items, and then we're going to jump over into our